Hello, and welcome to Demon Media. Finally, episode 2. I'm always here because I am. I'm Springy, and our lovely helper co-host. I don't know
I
for
don't
today is.
know. Hi.
Woo! And we're going to be talking about the first 2 games of Five Nights at Freddy's. Just kind of getting a little bit of a recap for the new game coming out soon-ish. As of this recording, we don't know what day, but they said early in 2021, so that could be any day now.
There's a trailer releasing in March. I know that.
Oh yeah, like a big second trailer and stuff.
Yeah,
The newest one was kind of disappointing.
but it was more of a gameplay thing than an
Yeah,
actual.
true.
He did
That
stuff.
is
It's really good.
that is true. But we kind of just go right on into this because because we're recording 3 in a day and I have little time. So yeah, um, Velvet, you're going to be doing episode 1. Game 1.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay. Tell me when you have the slideshow.
Yep, I'm all good and open. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Dave.
So we'll be talking about the animatronics and everything first. And right now I'm going to be talking about Freddy Fazbear. He's
Shit. There we go.
there we go.
Wrong Freddy.
So, wrong one. This is multiple. So he is actually the least active animatronics out of all of them, and he only attacks from the east side, the east hallway. He plays the Toreador March when he kills the player, as well as when he's in the kitchen. That's like how you can hear him, and you can actually hear him laughing throughout the pizzeria, which is a little girl's laugh slowed down. Obviously, as you can see, he's a brown bear with a black top hat and bow tie. With blue eyes. And a fun fact about him is that he has a handprint on both his, I believe, upper right hand. That's left. I don't know my directions, whatever. On his face as well as on his jaw. There's handprints from that. He is the lead singer of the band. He obviously has a microphone. Whatever. He's the pizzeria mascot. His personality, at least according to the song that was released, he's more like happy-go-lucky, like has fun, like pretty laid back. And a fun fact about him is, for functionality-wise, his bow tie like opens and allows you to like look inside, and you can see like the safety latch and like the music box and everything inside. You can like see how they function.
You know so much. Oh my god, you made too many notes.
Dude, you said everything. I'm saying everything.
Go nuts. Sorry, go ahead.
It's fine. Another thing I'll say, and then I can move on to the next one, is he's the only animatronic with a set path in the game. The other ones have like more of like a random AI. He is random to a degree, but his pathing is really set. It goes to the show stage, then the dining area, then he goes to the girls' restrooms, the kitchen, and then he goes exactly from the kitchen straight to the blind spot in the east hallway. One more thing. It's implied that he's possessed by Gabriel, I believe, and the third to die within the series. But yeah. So the next one I will be talking about is Bonnie. Yes, one of my personal favorites, but whatever. If you didn't know, but Bonnie is the most active and only attacks from the west side. Both Bonnie and Chica have like groaning or like moaning noise that they do throughout the night occasionally. Obviously purple with a red bow tie and pink eyes. He also has a guitar.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, it's
not on this picture. It's a red guitar. It's just not in this picture. Guitar.
Yeah, but it's an on-stage prop, so he doesn't actually go off stage with it. His personality is really like laid back, like stereotypical rocker, fun that stuff. He's heavily implied to be possessed by Jeremy. He also has the most number of exclusive rooms that he only goes in versus like the others. In the original trailer, he was the only one shown in it, and he was running down the hallway and took off his animatronic mask. It's not known if he was supposed to do that and like it changed or like it was just like showing it, whatever. And actually another fun thing is the player has 0.1% chance of getting the eyeless Bonnie screen out of the game, like when you load it up. But it's a really fun thing that like if you have it, it's really cool. And also the first animatronic to be added to the game. So on to the next character.
I have another fun fact about Bonnie later.
Ooh, what?
He was the only one that Scott Cawthon, the creator, actually had nightmares about.
Yeah. I didn't include that part. I should have.
Sorry. Go.
It's all good. So the next one obviously is Chica. She's like the second most active, only attacks in the East Hall, the only female of the group. Like Bonnie said, makes like the groaning noises and everything. Yellow bird with 3 feathers, whatever, purple eyes, and says, "Let's eat." Wait, one really fun thing before I keep going with Chica for Bonnie. Bonnie has no eyebrows. Only animatronic without any eyebrows. But
Oh my God, you're right. I never noticed that.
that's the sad point. Like I said, only female character and everything. Her onstage prop is a cupcake that's pink and has a candle that's also detachable because like you don't see it when she's going through the hallways. Personality is like really gluttonous and also like really really hyper. From the song, as you can tell. She has 2 buttons on the side of her mouth that will like open it up really quickly and like easy access. And some theories and stuff about her are number one, she does have like a second set of like teeth behind her, as you can like kind of see in the photo. But it was actually thought to be phone guy originally that was like stuck in her animatronic suit, but that's been debunked since then, I believe. And she's also the only one lacking like visible ears. Everyone else has like the animatronic stuff, but like she doesn't because birds don't have visible ears. She was implied to be the first one to die, like her person that, and that little girl's name was Susie. She also like stares at the guards through the east window, I guess. And when she's in the kitchen, the player can hear her even off the cams.
Mm-hmm.
And then going on to Foxy over here. Oh my god, hold on. Let's go to this.
I need to like make these pictures bigger. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I made this in like 2018 where I started making random, because this is what I do. Sidetrack. I'm sorry, but this is what I do on Saturday nights. Everybody else parties and has fun. I make slideshows. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I just read. I have no.
Same.
So Foxy the pirate. He also the only Pirate Fox. I was gonna say he's the only one that doesn't have like his animatronic name in it, but like whatever. Because Freddy Fazbear doesn't either technically. Anyways, Red obviously with like the exoskeleton showing because he's been out of order for a while. It's not is it? I don't think it's known why, right? So it's originally implied to be the bite of 87, but since then we don't know.
I think he just happened to be broken.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I don't know. There's a lot of different theories.
Yeah, exactly, because it was originally 87, but like whatever.
And he's the only one that actually is wearing like some clothing other than like a bow tie and a hat.
Well, no, Chica has a bib. Technically, it would. So does
Well,
that?
it depends on what you call clothing.
That's true.
He's the only one with pants.
Yes,
there.
He may be a pirate, but he has class.
He has class. Okay, he has some pants.
And he has an eye patch. He's snappy.
Oh yeah, it goes up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm interrupting a lot. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to wait to speak.
Yeah, you complain about me, not.
I know. I need to shut up. I'm sorry.
Okay, he's the second least active animatronic, and he also only attacks from the west. So west is Bonnie and Foxy, and then Chica and Freddy are on the other side. They don't like attack from anywhere else. He's the only one to like stay in his location until he like runs. He runs through the hallway straight to the player. So there's no like waiting for him at the door or whatever. He just like as soon as you see that he's left Pirate Cove, you better shut your door. So that's a really like interesting thing kind of about him. Another one is for his jump scare. He, as you can see in this, leans to the window rather than getting in the player's face. I believe he has 3 or 4, I forget what the number is exactly, but like stages before he leaves Pirate's Cove, and then like once he's out, Yeah. And occasionally when you see the sign saying like that's right in front, it'll say it's me instead of sorry out of order, but that's only when he's left the cove. His personality, like stereotypical pirate, but it's also included that he is suggested to be like have claustrophobia. At least I believe in one of his lines from like something somewhere. Many
from
lines.
some song.
Yeah, either a song, like one of the voice lines, probably from like Custom Night or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But he also is very perceptive, not deceived easily, and as we know from FNAF VR, he has fuses that like help him function properly, and if they aren't in the right spot or if they're like not there, obviously he's not gonna work properly. And then, oh yeah, some about him is like he has the hook, obviously. He was a really long time contender for the Bite of 87, which is now heavily implied to be Mangle. We've like figured that out kind of in the timeline. At least as I think, at least. He's also Phone Guy's favorite animatronic, and like I said, has multiple stages before his attack. My favorite part about Foxy is his battery drainage thing, where the more he goes after the player, the more he'll drain. So, like for example, first time 1%, second 6%, third 11%, and so on. It goes up by 5% every time. So the more he hits you, the more you're kind of just doomed. He's also the last to die and heavily implied to be possessed by Fritz. He's rarely seen night one, but like it can happen versus Freddy. Oh, Freddy! Wow, a fun fact from before: only starts moving after night 3, and doesn't move the other nights. But yeah, he's the only one who doesn't like jump scare in the face, and he sings like throughout the night, doing like the dum dum diddly dum thing. Yeah, that. And yeah, that's it for him. And so next is Golden Freddy, I believe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden Freddy is obviously a secret character. As you can see, black bow tie with black top hat. I couldn't think of the name. He can attack anytime, whether like the doors are closed, whether they're open, whatever. The only way to summon him is if you look at the camera 2B for like if you keep flipping it up for a long enough periods of time. He will come in, and there's not really like a hold that you can do against him because obviously he's in there. The other thing you can do is if the player will lift up the camera extremely fast, that's the only way to get rid of him as soon as like you realize he's there. But if you don't, which is more than likely what's going to happen at least the first time you see him, he will automatically like end your game. But instead of it being like, oh, game over, no, it like completely crashes the game.
Mm-hmm.
And his own, like, his jump scare sound is, like, his own. It's not, like, a one that the other animatronics have. And he's heavily implied to kill Phone Guy, but we aren't certain of that. But, like, his sound plays when Phone Guy dies. And then the last one is he's heavily implied to be possessed by Cassidy, as well as potentially another spirit. I forget who it is. But it was in the books. I remember that was like heavily implied. I can't remember the name though.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
There's one other way to summon Golden Freddy in the first game. You put in you set the custom night for 1987. No, 87.
Yeah, it's 87.
And then it just crashes your game. It just does the jump scare and just crashes your game. You have to completely close the game and load it back in.
Okay, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I keep on. I'm supposed to be quiet until you're done. I'm sorry. It's my bad. I love this game too much. I'm sorry.
It's all good. See, if you loved it so much, why didn't you take notes?
I know it too well. That's why I didn't take notes.
Ooh, are you calling me a fake fan? Oh.
I didn't.
I know.
Okay. So characters are done. Go turn off screen share for right now, so we can actually see each other for a second.
I could see myself. Ew. Okay, now it's your turn.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I know. We're supposed to have a discussion a little bit about the lore and stuff, all that fun stuff, and then I go into my turn about the animatronics. Thank God I have the PowerPoint. I also wouldn't have turned it off. So FNAF 1, some theories when it just came out was like it was based off of a real murder.
Yeah.
That was one of the first theories MapHead did, actually.
Yeah.
And a lot of the fame from it, I think, was from Markiplier playing it, Jacksepticeye playing it, 8-Bit Gaming playing it, Dorko, Razbowski, and all of them just keep on playing it and playing it. I know, I think they recently started it back up because a lot more news and stuff for Five Freddy's has been coming out. Razbowski, both Ryans from 8-Bit Gaming and Darko used to have like a FNAF update of the week or of the month or something. Because I remember watching them when FNAF 4 came out. Because that's when I started. But I've seen like some older theories about it, and a lot of them were. And I'll talk about some of the theories that I first saw when FNAF 4's first game teased when we get there in the next episode. then was like it was based off of a real murder. I know some like Freddy wasn't actually supposed to be the first. He wasn't always the main guy. First he's going to use Chipper, I do believe.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
didn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah, either it didn't work or like he didn't want to just use the same character because
Yeah, I think that was it.
because he did Final Fantasy Freddy's because he's got criticisms for his last game, Chipper and Friends, I think it's called.
Yeah, did he have only that game, or was there another game?
There was a few other small ones as
Yeah,
well.
for the name. I remember Chipper,
Yeah,
definitely.
Chipper was the first one before Final Fantasy
Mhm.
Freddy's.
Yeah.
Because there a lot of people were saying that he was creepy looking, and then he just kind of took it and ran with it, and now he has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um, just to be blunt, and now he has a lot of money. Um, but yeah, I think just with Final Fantasy Freddy's 1, there's not a lot of theories. Like there's obviously a few,
Yeah.
like what you said about Foxy being the person who did the Bite of 87 and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I know there's a lot of other like secret Easter egg screens. Like some of the posters
Yeah.
change. Like there's a Freddy one that changes to Golden Freddy.
Yep.
There's like a group of like 3 posters. I think that's like where the news articles are as well. That turn to like
Yeah,
crying
there's
children.
four. Yeah, there's
Or-
no, the four news articles are in the east hallway like blind spot thing,
Yeah.
and they like will go from the rules of safety to that, and then what you're thinking about for the crying children is like posters on the wall in the east hallway will either switch to the crying children or saying it's me on the wall.
Oh right.
Yeah.
And then there's also some other ones like where like all the animatronic heads will be just be looking at
Mhm.
you instead of being, and also like the one endoskeleton, which
Yeah.
was I think it's just like a normal endoskeleton. I think there's some theories that it's like a
It,
Chica or something
it
because it
actually
doesn't have any ears.
I think people also thought it could potentially be Golden Freddy, at least because he slumped
Yeah,
over. It was like a really popular theory early on, but I don't remember, and it makes sense if it wouldn't be, considering it's like it doesn't have the ears. But
yeah,
who knows?
yeah. I think there's 2 main animatronic endoskeletons we know about, but we'll talk about that in the next section of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We should have also looked up when these came out. I know
Uh,
FNAF 2 came out
well,
somewhat quickly after FNAF 1,
they
then
both came out
FNAF 3,
in 2014,
4,
but exactly when?
yeah, and then like FNAF 3 came out soon after that. Like I
In
think it was like
2015.
early, yeah, it was like early yeah, it was like early the next year or something like that.
And then
And
I
then
can't.
FNAF 4 came out in
Yeah.
August, September. I remember I was like waiting for it because he was gonna do Halloween, then he released it early, and
Yeah.
then he did a Halloween update. But those we're not talking about right now. Those will be next video, literally.
Yes.
But yeah, so now we're just gonna talk about FNAF 2 a little bit, and that's kind of my section. So let me just
And I took
turn
so
everything.
many notes.
Oh God. Don't worry, you'll be able to like say them as well. Here, let me get to
uh,
everything. Okay, so give it a second to load. So FNAF 2, there's a bunch of other characters, so and I don't have as much deep detail as I'm saying co-host, my lovely co-host here. But um yeah, okay. I have an idea how I'm gonna do this. Okay. So Toy Freddy, right here. First I'm gonna start off with the toy animatronics, because I want to. Um Toy Freddy right here, he is the new leader of the band, even though he's still Freddy. As you can see, a lot of the toy animatronics has rosy cheeks to make them look cuter, in theory. And unlike normal Freddy, he has 2 buttons on his chest with his bow tie and his hat also has a red stripe on it. Same thing, microphone. Their appearance is much more plastic based than fur, felt, and all that fun stuff. Um, Toy Freddy and the next 2, I'll bring this up again, are on the stage, and then they come to you through the main. Toy Freddy comes through from the main hallway in front of you. Um, yeah, he's not in any of the vents, as far as I remember.
what do you do?
Um, hmm?
Would he be able to fit in the vent? That's the real question.
Yeah, true. He's a little chunky boy. But yeah, and there's also some screens, as you can see here, where his eyes will turn a different color than his normal color. So yeah, that's a lot. I have a lot of characters, so I don't have as much detail for all of them. I'm sorry. So Toy Bonnie, as our lovely co-host cosplays a lot.
That's what I'm known
Is
for.
It's either Toy Bonnie or Monica. It depends on who you talk to. So here we have Toy Bonnie. As you can see, a much lighter color of this one's blue, the other one's purple. You heard it here first. Bonnie's purple. Toy Bonnie is a bright blue, and like I said, has the rosy cheeks. Bright green eyes. There's a lot of debate about gender of this fine animatronic, but it's a robot, so who really cares?
Exactly.
I think a lot of like because of like the eyelashes and stuff, but like old Bonnie was a boy, and yeah. And as you can see, the guitar he has is different than the guitar the normal Bonnie has. No, it's the same. It's the same because is it different?
No, it's different. The only reason I know that is because I was watching Matt Pat's playthrough again of
Right.
earlier, and at least the figurine that they have of Bonnie has like a weird.
I know it's closer to that.
Weird shape.
Because I have it.
Yeah,
it's closer to that. That's why I thought it might have been the same. Okay.
Yeah.
And red bow tie. They both have eyebrows. Green eyes. This one attacks you from the. Oh, let's pray I can think of words. The east. No, the west. Vent, mainly, and you can see them also in all the vent cameras and going into one of the vents in all that fun stuff. Yep. And a lot of these personalities are a lot the same for the toy animatronics. Much more fun. From the extra media we've gotten from like a lot of the fan community, there isn't a lot of personality known from them on from the canon stuff.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know. Again, I'm going off the top of my head here. I don't have 26 pages of notes. But I mean, I should have taken notes. I know. I'm sorry. I there's a lot of things. But yeah, that's a lot about Toy Bonnie for now.
Wait, real quick about Toy Bonnie also. Toy Bonnie is the only animatronics that sometimes has his onstage prop with him. You can see like right before he goes to the vent, he does have his he has his
camera. His camcorder. His guitar.
Yeah, he has his guitar with him when he's going like right before he goes in the vent. Obviously, he doesn't have it when he's attacking you, but
yeah. And then we have Toy Chica, the sexual icon of the whole game.
She's also wearing clothes.
She's wearing shorts. And a bib. Toy Chica is the only one, other than losing their onstage prop, that changes their appearance from onstage to attacking you, because she takes off her beak. And then 3 feathers on her head, a lot skinnier. The cupcake as well is a little bit different. Again, a lot more cutesy looking, because a lot of the toy animatronics are supposed to be more cute looking. A little bit same thing with the rosy cheeks, the bright blue eyes, the eyelashes, all that fun stuff. This fine chicken right here comes in from the east vent, and all the 3 toy animatronics can be stopped from the Freddy mask that you can put on. Most of them can be stopped from the Freddy mask you put on, except for Foxy and Golden Freddy, I think. No, and Marionette. We're gonna get the. Okay, so obviously we never actually see Mangle fixed like this. As you can see, I say Mangle, Toy Foxy, Funtime Foxy, because the figure for the fixed Mangle is actually called Funtime Foxy. That's why I also put Funtime Foxy here. I'm not just drunk. And that actually is a lot like what the toy looks like. Obviously, that is a fan creation, and I do not have the person's name who made it. I am sorry. When I made this, I was not thinking about using it for YouTube. As you can see on the side, here is our lovely broken up Mangle. The story behind why Mangle is mangled is it was because the kids kept on tearing her apart, and the employees just got really lazy, and now she's just a Build-A-Bear. Um, basically, just like a build a robot.
Did you know that actually Mangle's like original name was the Mangle? Like that's what they went by, but then like over the years it just like we've gotten lazy.
Dropped the
Yeah, it's like the Facebook or like stuff like that.
just
We just
dropped it.
drop it. And also, what do you think? So Mangle obviously has like the side of its face in the endoskeleton. What do you think the other like head part is? Do you think it's part of like the other half of the endoskeleton, or do you think it's like another thing? Because that's like another heavily debated thing, I guess.
Yeah. I've never thought of it actually. I just assumed that like they just threw in extra pieces with Mangle, and there was just happened to be an extra head that they threw in there. But definitely I could see where people could say that they're two different. Like they're like Mangle, the actual Mangle head with like the animatronic part with like the outward appearance could be just the outward, and then the internals is that head. I can definitely see that because like um the toy head has one eye and the other one has the other eye. So
Yeah,
I
think
can see both.
I think the eyes line up, so it could potentially be the other side, but it's never been confirmed as far as I'm aware.
And same thing with Mangle. I think there is still some debates on gender. I think Mangle
Yeah,
is supposed to be a female. And then also like she used to be called. I'm going by a female pronoun. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Goes by Toy Foxy. Because for the longest time we assumed Toy Foxy because
yeah,
Toy Mangle, Toy Mangle, what the hell? Toy Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica were all, just the theme of it. So yeah,
How do
yeah,
you like this is like gonna get kind of off topic. You said toy Mangle. Like now I'm like trying to figure how would you make a broken animatronic cute?
I mean, just look at Google and type in Mangle art. You can probably find something. Um, just make sure you have a safe search on. Jesus. Um,
Too deep, too deep.
oh God. Okay, so I wasn't sure which one was next, but Withered Freddy here is, as you can tell, is, I'm sorry, seizure warning,
Whoa.
is not the same looking model as the original Freddy because the timeline is that I know timeline. Oh God,
Oh
the
God.
turning the map pat.
Get up.
Was that FNAF 2 is supposed to be a prequel to FNAF 1, so that's why this Freddy looks much more rectangular because the head looks more rectangular. As you can see, there are some exposed wires. It looks like he got like the Foxy treatment. Like he just got a lot of the extra wires taken out. And as you can also tell, it's a different Freddy because the two buttons on his chest, well, on his belly. And then, but all the rest is a lot of the same details, like the bow and the hat, same colors and all that fun stuff. Eyebrows as well. And just like last time, no eyebrows. For Withered Bonnie here. Also missing an arm and the skin for his hand.
A little bit of stuff.
Just missing a few things. I just now realized something, but we'll probably get to that when we get to Pizzeria Simulator. He's missing his face. Jesus, like his full-on face. So you just see the endoskeleton. That could be it. Definitely out of the Withered animatronics, he is definitely my favorite. Like I have the pop figure of him that's only at Walmart. Fun fact.
Oh, that's so cool.
Red bow tie, 2 buttons. As you can see, he can't hold the guitar that well, so I don't think he's actually stored with his guitar. All the Withered animatronics are stored in the storage room, and you can see them kind of move around as like they come out and attack. And we'll get to a secret screen with that room when we get to that animatronic. The lovely, forever elegant, Withered Chica. And as far as we know, because from all the different screens we see, Withered Chica, like her arms are stuck like that. That's not a choice. That's a.
Withered Chica has no eyebrows. It's a very.
There's three. I'm gonna say only Freddy has eyebrows still. They all shave their eyebrows. Again, Chica does look much different from the head sculpt. There we go. And her hands are missing, if you
Mhm.
couldn't notice.
I
Um,
didn't
there
know
are
that.
wires, I was gonna say dripping down, but like they're just kind of drooping down from her arms. So definitely they were more forced off than cut off. But yeah, all of the animatronics come out of the out of the storage room, and then come um through the main hallway. I'm trying to remember to say that. And they all can be stopped except for Foxy by the Freddy mask. Oh God. As you can see, Withered Foxy, much more withered than his normal counterpart.
Yeah, just slightly.
Just a little bit. I'm sorry, this picture is kind of dark because it's like from the game and stuff. The only way to deter him is to flash him away with your flashlight. You gotta flash him. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, he's much more withered than he was before. Fun fact: withered is something alive, and weathered is something not alive. So we could have just been missing that the whole time, that these animatronics do have something living in them because they're called Withered Foxy, not Weathered Foxy.
Really interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, I was telling my mom these names, and she was like, "Don't you mean weathered?" I'm like, "No, withered." And she's like, "That's confusing." I'm like, "I know, but why do you think so?"
Fascinating.
It's just a fun little fact about that. I call this Withered Golden Freddy just because, as you can see,
Yeah.
missing an ear, missing his eye, technically missing his eye because you see the wires for it, but they could just be
Mm.
popping out. Um, again, he's more of a secret screen character. You see him randomly in the hall, and he can attack you, but it's more of a random occurrence than a normal animatronic trying to attack you. Yeah, there's
Isn't he
you.
in the office sometimes too? I forget. Isn't he?
I don't remember if he's in the office in this one or if it's in FNAF 3. Well, I know FNAF 3 has like a Freddy that's sitting there, but I don't know if
Mhm.
it's supposed to be Golden Freddy or not.
I don't remember.
I know it's in FNAF 3, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's. Then we have the Marionette, which was actually
Oh
my first
boy.
official cosplay. Fun fact. Um, the his mechanic is completely different than all the other ones.
Wow.
Um, you have to wind up his music box, and if you don't, if it runs out and you're not paying attention, he'll just attack you. There's no way of stopping it. The only way to stop him is don't let him out of his box. Like Foxy, there's a few different stages of him coming out of his box. Like you wind it up and make sure you keep it winded up, and he slowly either comes up or down out of his box. I think mainly there's two. There's box closed and he's up, like
Yeah.
he's like being pulled up out of the box.
Can
And
you
then once
also
he's
see
out,
him? Can you
out.
see him in the cameras or no?
No, I think it's a lot of once he's out and you're dead.
Yeah, I couldn't
Unlike
remember
Foxy, there's no door.
him. I couldn't remember if you could see him like in the hallway to like the storage or like parts and service room with like that main like hallway. I couldn't remember if you could see him there or not.
No,
So,
I think it's just he gets risen up, and if you're out, and if it runs out, then you're dead.
yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. And like Foxy, he just charges,
yeah.
but unlike Foxy, there's no door, so you can't just shut the door.
You're kind of dead that way. You're like, oh.
You're like, oh well. And then everybody's favorite, uh, Balloon Boy. He doesn't kill you, and we'll see that theme a lot more in the next
Basically
game.
does. He kills.
He basically does, but he just takes your batteries. So if Withered Foxy's down the hall, you're screwed. If he's like right there and Balloon Boy's next to you, then you're kind of screwed. You're like if he's yeah, if Withered Fox is in your room and Balloon Boy's there, you're pretty much dead. But that's more of a 1-2 combo than a really Balloon Boy kills you. And to get Balloon Boy out, it's a lot like all the other animatronics, just to put the mask on, and after a while he does go. He comes out of the same vent as Toy Bonnie on the west, if I'm remembering directional right. Um,
Wait,
so yeah,
no. Wait, no. It's Toy Chica and Balloon Boy on the left side, and Mangle and Bonnie on the right.
no,
Or
Does Mangle come out of the vent? Because I think Mangle comes through the main hallway.
Mangle can do both ways. I distinctly remember because when the first time I was playing FNAF 2, I got terrified by Mangle and I threw my phone across the room.
Ah, That's always
So
fun.
show up in the event. I don't remember if they can attack you from the hallway and the vent. It could just be kind of like where Toy Bonnie stands in the hallway, I think, and then doesn't Toy Bonnie stand in the hallway and then go to the
Yeah, because he's like on the far end of the hallway, then he goes
yeah.
into one of the rooms, and then he goes into a vent, and then he
Yeah,
comes out.
I think it could be that kind of situation, but Mangle also could attack from the front. I'm not completely 100% sure on that. But I know
Because I know she comes out of the front because she hangs from the thing.
Yeah.
I know she comes out of the vent in the Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah, she also goes in through the vent in FNAF 2.
Ah, okay. There we go. And then another secret screen is the Endoskeleton. Obviously this is more of a Freddy because of the smaller ears, or a Foxy.
Yeah.
It's from now on, like a lot of them don't actually attack you. They're just more of a surprise type of thing.
Yeah, hallucination.
Yeah, hallucination thing that just doesn't feel like killing you.
It's
Depends
better
on who you talk
to.
to. It gets confusing later on. But yeah, the endoskeleton just kind of shows up and then just goes away. There isn't really, it never attacks you, as far as I know.
Yeah, it doesn't have a jump scare or anything like that.
And then Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy is one of the surprise Easter egg type of screens in the non-party room, in the parts and services room. And then Shadow Bonnie, which is also random letters McGee. It's like
it's
RX.
RXQ. There's something. Oh my god, I should know this. I feel like I'm fake. Whatever.
Yeah, you're the Bonnie expert. You need.
No, I'm a fake fan. I'm sorry.
No, and Shadow Bonnie looks more like Toy Bonnie, and Shadow Freddy looks more like Withered Freddy. That's also a little fun thing you can notice.
Does he look more like for Shadow Freddy? Does he look more like Golden Freddy or
I think he's supposed to look more like Golden Freddy, but I don't think we ever actually see Golden Freddy in this game slumped over like that. As far as
I was like thinking of was like the ear and the wires are out. Like, that's what I was like wondering that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. So that's definitely a good point to bring up, because that is a good point. I mean, definitely with ear and the wire of the eye, that makes sense. Oh, and we're done with. And then there's also one other secret one that I didn't put in here because I'm stupid. Is JJ, which again does nothing, just hides underneath the table. Is just a female balloon boy.
So creepy. Did she laugh or no? I can't remember.
No, not at that point. I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't think she did, but like I couldn't remember. She just sits there creepily staring at you, like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, like under the table,
mocking you. You know, like, "What are you gonna do about me being here, huh?"
Like doesn't even do anything, as far as I remember. Oh, another fun fact about the first game. I'm sorry, scatterbrain sometimes. We're not gonna have time to do another episode. We might if we pray. If we pray hard enough, we'll have enough time. But first game, there was rumors about a dog animatronic, but those were quickly dispersed. Yeah, Sparky. Because that was quickly dispersed because that was just Photoshop. Mm-hmm. So, do you have anything to say about FNAF 2?
Kind of, yeah. The only thing I think is really interesting how for the Shadow animatronics, Shadow Bonnie looks like Toy Bonnie, versus like Shadow Freddy with Golden Freddy. It's like kind of like two different eras. I don't know, like, because if I'm at least assuming, I know from the assumption, like, oh, they could potentially be the two people who had like the spring lock failure in like FNAF 3 that we hear about. But then why would they be from two different eras? That's kind of what I'm wondering, I guess. I never really thought about that until I just looked at them right now, like, together. Yeah. But that's something that I'm, like, curious about, I guess.
Yeah. We should definitely do an episode about just plain theories and all that fun stuff.
I have plenty.
You have plenty. I have my own theories, but,
yeah.
My big theory isn't until, Pizzeria Simulator. So, with that, a lot of the lore from that, again, I don't remember a lot of the lore stuff from, like Secret Screens. There's a few of them that I talked about, but I do not remember a lot of the different theories and stuff from FNAF 2. Do you have any
Yes,
idea?
it all comes later. Like we learn more details about it later on. I guess like it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of the FNAF 2 ones are from FNAF 3 and stuff like that.
yeah,
They could be on
the
Start
only
until
one, the only one I can think of is how it is for the paycheck when you go and you get it. For Jeremy, it's 1987, so like it is the year that it got bit versus FNAF 1 being 1993. I believe November 12th, because I think that's a Friday, 1993. But could be wrong.
I think no, it wasn't. No,
I
FNAF
mean,
2 came. It's probably 93
yeah,
or yeah.
yeah,
It was different. It was a different year. It was FNAF 2 then FNAF 1 in the timeline.
yes.
Simply is that.
But yeah, that's the only thing that I like think about, and like I kind of mentioned earlier, it is the year of the bite of '87, so potentially Jeremy, when he gets moved to the day shift, he could potentially be the bite victim, I guess, from Mangle, because that's another like I talked about earlier, heavily implied thing.
Yeah.
I really quick thing to say like about like both the two games in general, and then we can end the video.
Yeah.
But so it's been implied that Michael Afton is Mike Schmidt, at least for that, and like that's his alias, I don't know. And he also works at FNAF sister location. But do you think he goes through all the games or not? Because we follow like the Afton family essentially for all the games.
Yeah.
So it's like Michael is in FNAF 1, but then FNAF 2 is like no one. FNAF 3, we're not really sure. It's also kind of implied to be Michael, I guess we've seen.
Yeah.
FNAF 4 is Crying Child, the little brother, but still in the Afton family. And then Sister Location,
Yeah. There's a
obviously,
lot of stuff.
is Michael. But do you think Jeremy is just some like random person and we only hear about him because of the bite, or if he is?
I think a lot of that type of thing, like with Jeremy in particularly, I think it's more of a I just happens to be there, like wrong place, wrong time type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a part of like a deeper Afton
Yeah.
cinematic universe. The the ACU, the Afton cinematic universe. Movie and security breach. That's gonna be the final one for this for a long time from now. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot of stuff for Jeremy really. At least at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's gonna be about all for that one.
Yeah.
So I do hope you all enjoyed this. The next episode will be in 2 weeks because we're gonna do this bi-weekly because headache. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Don't forget to follow our lovely co-host here. They will also be in the next episode. So at least we will see you in the next media.
You're gonna make
just new intro right now. Bye.